I did.
There we go.
Welcome to our Thursday, and tonight's going to be, instead of a book launch, we are doing a CD music extravaganza. My name is Malika Albrecht, and I am the founding editor of Redheaded Stepchild, and we've been doing this for 3 years, everybody. Come on, that's pretty amazing. I'm super excited tonight. Melissa and I have been friends for several decades now, and
True.
Back then, I remember you saying this was your dream, and it's lovely to be able to celebrate someone living out their dream. Melissa was a professor at ECU, dedicated to special education, has done so much. I remember getting to travel with you to Chicago, but this has been, a passion of yours forever, and so it's super special to be able to celebrate. And of course, she has curated such a lovely event for y'all. Being a professor has left, it doesn't do what I do, which is called flying by the seat of your pants. She has everything written out. It's like actually a whole experience. So y'all are welcome. I may not be able to organize, but I can pick people who can organize. I'm going to read a brief bio. Melissa Darrow Engleman is a composer, producer of several musical collections on CD and a few single releases. She has composed music performed by church choirs and soloists and has had several live performances at East Carolina University's Composers Concerts. She also composed a 3-movement saxophone ensemble piece, 2 of which were performed by the Lexington, Kentucky Saxophone Ensemble at their annual festival. We also get to see something really cool tonight. Her musical collections include Explorations of Time and Space, the Chicago Exposition of 1893, a symphony in 3 acts, and now Voyager. 2 of her collections are sets of short pieces to be used while performing Taekwondo forms and have recently been featured in short films, which is so cool. And we do get to see that tonight, a little brief bit of this. Taekwondo forms, and have recently been featured in short films of Taekwondo performances in Indonesia and United Arab Emirates. She completed a BA in music composition at Berklee College of Music in Orchestra for Film, Television, and Games. She is also Professor Emerita at ECU in the area of special education. She has been interviewed by Frank Stacio, The State of Things, which, boy, he's so fabulous, at WUNC Public Radio. So you will be able to find her music online. I'm going to turn it over to you, Melissa. Thank you so much for agreeing to try this and do this tonight.
Thanks, Malika. Yeah, Malika and I spent 9/11 together with our little girls, our little toddlers, and we were together Hurricane Floyd. We have a lot of history, we really do. Thank you for the opportunity. I look forward to coming to future meetings. I didn't really even know about this. I'm really excited about it. First of all, I want to dedicate this presentation to Becky Beagle, her human caretakers, Jay and Linda, who are here with us, were present as her life was ended today. So I just wanted to get that out of the way. My email is engleman23@mac.com. If you have comments or questions or want to do a collaboration, or if you send me your postal address and request it, I'll send you a CD. So I'm going to start with a piece called The Lark or the Nightingale. This is something that I wrote, and it's sort of about, oh, hang on. Am I sharing? I'm not sharing, am I?
Not yet. So go ahead and try it. It'll bring it up.
My share screen thing has gone blank. I don't know why. Share screen. Here we go. Okay, I'm good, I think. Okay. Oops. No, advanced. Computer audio video.
We just tested.
I know. Yeah, this is so typical. I hate this. Okay, I think this
There
will
you
work.
go. You did it.
This isn't how I did it before, but I
Very
think
well.
it'll work anyway. Okay, so once again, I'm going to try to get to this piece in Google Chrome. And are you able to see this?
Yes.
Okay, good. So this piece is really about my backyard. In the morning, I hear the chimes that you hear at the beginning, and I hear the birds kind of waking up one by one, and then it kind of goes into this crazy chaos, and there's some frogs and, you know, all kinds of sounds. It's a tradition to do this kind of thing. Olivier Messiaen, who was born in 1908, he did a lot of bird song pieces, and his were amazing. So I don't pretend to be anything like him, but I really enjoyed doing this. And I'm just going to play about half of it because it's quite lengthy. It's called The Lark or the Nightingale, which I got from Romeo and Juliet when they are arguing over, yes, I have to go because that's the lark, it's morning. And she's saying, no, 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 it's the nightingale. You can stay, dear. And they're going back and forth arguing. And I just always thought that was funny. So I'm going to play this for you now.
Hey, Melissa, it sounds like it cut out right here.
Mm-hmm. Sorry.
It sounded like it cut out. Were other people having trouble hearing it?
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I'm cutting out.
Okay. Well, that's pretty much where I was going to cut off, like 10 seconds away anyway. So I guess we'll just move on. The next piece I want to play for you is, I'm going to try SoundCloud, see if it works better. Jupiter's Moons. And this started as a piece for guitar ensemble. That was kind of how I had first conceptualized it. And I took it to the guitar ensemble director, and he said, these kids can't count that. And just wouldn't even hand it to him because it's a little complex. So anyway, I rewrote it and I put it in orchestra, mostly percussion instruments. So here it is, Jupiter's Moons. Can you hear? I kind of got on this planet thing where I kept writing things and giving them planet names. So, sorry, I can't talk and do it at the same time. So this one is something I worked on for a while, and it's more of a mix of sounds. It has some orchestral sounds, but then it has a lot of electronic sounds too. And I'm learning to blend those because it's just so interesting when it works. So this is Mercury in retrograde. One reason why I called it that was because Mercury actually was in retrograde. So when I put it together, Mercury in retrograde.
And it is again right now.
Yeah.
Can you turn that up, Melissa? Because I think I'm not hearing everything.
Okay. Yeah. Let's see. Okay. Okay. Tell me how this is.
I wasn't hearing anything yet.
What's happening? Okay, let's try it again. All right, we're gonna try Spotify again. I'll just keep going back and forth. If I
Yeah,
have
it might
to.
be laggy, maybe. I don't know.
Maybe, I don't know either. Okay, so here's the Spotify version. I'm hoping it will work. Let me know. Okay. You getting it?
It started and then stopped.
Did you say it stopped?
Yeah. Is anybody else getting that lag?
Yeah, we're not hearing a lot of it.
Oh, that's weird. Okay, what do I try? Malika, any ideas?
Maybe go to the video one and then come back
Mm-hmm.
and see if just out of curiosity, is any, because it just seems like maybe your internet's like mine, where it just buffers and then cuts things out.
And it just gives up. Okay,
Yeah.
back to
And then
beginning.
so you get like one word out, it's just not a clear connection.
It's so weird. Okay.
It is. And it's not even raining here, so they don't have an excuse.
Well, now I'm not getting it either. That's weird. All right. Well, we're going to try it over here one more time. Is it coming through?
It starts and then it just stops. I think it's
Okay. The other
Well,
ones
that's-
came through though, right?
But they were all having moments where it just sounded laggy. Yeah, it's not continuous, is
Yeah.
what Julia just said. Is so it's just we get something started and then it just would
It goes
slow
out
down
and comes back and
here.
it goes out. That's just weird.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not sure why that's happening.
I think it's an internet problem, is what I think.
Sounds like it. Okay. I'm going to go on to the next one, see if it will come through. And if it won't, then we can just go to your open mic, I guess.
Or we can go to
honestly, I don't know what else to
conversation
do.
and we can see if somebody else's internet can pick it up.
Oh, yeah.
So if we
Okay.
pull the links into the chat section,
Mhm.
That's my sense. Karen, with is your internet pretty good?
Yeah, I should be good. Let's give it a try.
That's my sense. So Melissa, if
Yeah.
you don't mind clipping, and I think YouTube
Okay.
might be our one to go to.
Oh, you want to try YouTube? Okay, let's try that.
It's usually pretty good. And that way, everybody has access to your YouTube channel anyway. Because we have a
Right.
technical difference. And when we did this together the other day, it went perfectly.
I know, I don't know what it is.
It's the ghost in the machine.
Yeah.
True story.
Becky.
And if we clip into the chat section,
Yeah, if you can
Then-
paste the link in there, I'll try to
Uh-huh.
I'll try to do it and do a screen share, right, Malika? See how that works?
that's what I think. Yep, that'd be
Okay.
perfect if
Yeah.
Okay.
This is where we
so I'm
get
gonna
creative and-
Stop the share, and I'm going to
perfect.
put it in the chat, which is right here. Okay. You got it?
I am working on getting it. Okay. We should probably ask Regina to do this. She is Regina's the tech whiz. All right,
Oh,
let's see-
Regina,
let's see.
and make
see how
another
we do
co-host. We're gonna make everybody co-host.
Okay.
Or Melissa could share the links and then we could each listen to it individually on our computers and then go back.
Well, that's
from
a
there.
good idea. Well, I just put it in the chat for this one, if you wanted to use it.
Okay, I've got a little ad up on my screen, but do we want to try this and let's see what happens?
I say we go for it.
Okay, I'm gonna
Oh,
hit
that's
it.
my sense.
I'm
I'm
gonna
all in. Let's go.
disclaimer here, least tech savvy person getting ready to do something. So let's see what happens.
I tried the link and got Jackson Brown.
No way.
Let's see. I got the Silva method here.
Okay.
Let's skip the ad.
Okay, that's not right.
Are you hearing it?
That's it. That's the one. But I don't hear it.
Oh, no.
Did you click optimize for sound?
Mm. Mm.
Hmm.
Okay. All right. Well, you're in the right spot. But
Is
you
that
can't
the
hear
right-
it.
Do you want me
Can
to
you guys
try
hear
this?
that?
It's the right place. Yeah.
Yeah, Regina, would you mind trying? Because
Sure.
wow, it is Mercury retrograde, and we just, hit headlong into. And Chrissy was saying she was having technical difficulties all day today too. New phone.
Yeah. So you guys didn't see that? Did you hear it?
Oh, Julian said I clicked on that address just above in the chat and heard some amazing music. Try it. Thank you, Julian.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, who has that? Somebody was
do.
just playing it.
This is Debbie, and it's playing for me, but I don't know how to share it. Or maybe I'm sharing it right now.
It's working.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Yeah, and that's actually prettier than what we were hearing. This is that. Yeah.
So that was Iljang. These are written for performance of Taekwondo Pumse. And if you could stop it there, I'm going to go to Sajong.
I'm trying. Let's see. Okay.
Take your time.
Okay.
Anyway, I'll just keep talking. Anyway, so a month before, well, it was February of 2020, and we had plans to go to Korea in March. And the pandemic was just starting, and I went in to my Taekwondo instructor and said, I think we're gonna have a problem with this trip to Korea. And he said, oh no, this will be over in a couple weeks. So anyway, we did not go to Korea. So to fulfill the requirements of testing, this is not me. I took the rest of the pandemic year and I composed music for each of the Pumse in the Taekwondo series. Debbie, can you throw it back to me?
Is that it?
Okay, I got it. Yeah.
There's a picture of a black belt.
Yeah. Okay, so the ones I wanted to play for you were Iljang, Sajang, and Paljang. And they represent the little, the lines on the Korean flag. Let me get my tracks. Are you able to see my screen now? Or do I need to go back and do it again?
You're not
Right.
screen sharing, we just see you when you talk.
Okay.
So we just see the, the
Screen
gallery
share, yeah.
view.
Oh, I see your screen.
And just,
You do?
it's-
Yes.
Okay. So you're seeing the
If
screen
you
now?
play it without screen sharing, then there won't be a lag.
Okay.
maybe that
better.
would be helpful.
So the thing with these is, if you can you see the image I just put up with the yin yang?
No, that's not showing up for us.
Okay, well, there are, on the Korean flag, there are the 3 line little images all the way around the flag, and each one represents something going from perfection to imperfection. So the first one is about heaven, and the last one is about earth. The heaven trigram has 3 solid lines because it is perfect. And the other one, the Paljang, by the time you get to earth, it's the 8th one, they are all broken. So it's really interesting because this work is kind of part of their whole culture. So I hadn't ever been able to find any music that went with the Pumse, and I could never figure out why, so I did write some. So the theme of this at the very beginning is in Lydian mode, which is kind of super major, because it's about heaven. I'm just going to play 3 of these, and they're very short. The first one is about heaven, the second one is about thunder, and the third one is about earth. I think I'm going to play them for you. Okay, this one isn't playing. I'll try something else.
And I think it's worth, I don't know if you said this, but the reason why Melissa was going to Korea was to test for her master level in Taekwondo at the Kuku Wan. Is that how you say it, Center?
Kukiwan, yeah.
And
Yeah.
you said, I like to imagine that as the big organization in Enter the Dragon, but I'm pretty sure it's not really that exciting.
That's right. Yeah, I always think of all those guys out there, trying to kill each other. Anyway, I'll never know because we didn't go. So I'm gonna just take you through Iljang for Heaven and Light, and you'll notice there's a 4-note theme at the very beginning, and that's for when the practitioner is getting ready. There's a ready stance, and it's a 4-beat thing, and that starts each of them. So this is the first one. At least I think it'll play. Can you hear?
Yes.
Yes.
one of the challenges of doing this was that they are really short. So you have to, take your idea, whatever it is, and make it happen in that very short amount of time, like 50 seconds. But you also have to make it energetic, so the person moving, it makes them feel like they have energy. So that was the hardest part, I think, making them short. Most of you probably know it's much harder to write something short than something long, because you have to really hone it down. So this is the one about thunder, Sajang. No, it's not. Let's try that again. Sorry about that. We're going to try it again. There we go. I think that's right now. Should work. Can you hear it?
Yes. Good. Good. Okay, like I said, they are really short. The last one is not that. The last one is Paljong. So here's that theme again at the beginning. This is Earth. This is the last one. So when these were done, I went through the other Pumse. There's another, sorry, I don't know why that keeps playing. This is crazy. There's a set for the black belts too. The other 8 are like a beginning masters, and then the last 8 are for people working toward black belt levels. So, and they're called Udanja. And each one is they're usually about mountains for some reason. I don't know why, but there's a lot of them about mountains. But the very first one is called Koreo, which was the original name of Korea before it got Americanized into Korea. And it was the one that was picked up by these people in Indonesia that I don't even know. But one day I got an email telling me about this short that I could go see that had my music in it. And it was just the most exciting thing. And I'm just going to play you about 15 seconds of it because I just can't help it. I have to. You see these little girls marching out there. So strong, brave. So that was that. I think I'm way over time because of all the glitches. So I'm going to stop and turn it over to Malika to do the rest. And
I was going to
all of
ask
the
you,
things-
Melissa, what wanted to play each time? Was it one of yours that wanted to queue up?
Yeah,
kinda wanna
I
hear
wanted
it.
to play Mercury in retrograde over and over. No
See if
matter
it'll
what I
play.
pulled up.
See if it'll
Yeah,
play. I
can
mean,
we
it's
hear
Mercury
that?
in retrograde now.
Oh, okay. Okay. It should. I mean, it really wanted to. So let's see.
Exactly.
There it is. Or not.
I was gonna say now I don't want to play.
No,
This
don't.
okay. So
I
awesome.
don't know.
I wanted to
I'm
test the
gonna
theory
just
about
try to. Go ahead. I'm
I
sorry.
wanted to test the theory about Mercury in retrograde, and there you have it, folks. That's awesome.
There you go. That's what it was all about.
So thank you so
Yeah.
much for figuring out how to make that work. And thank you to everybody that was helping them work through the problem. I'm so glad we got to, and actually hear, because it would start and then
Little bit.
stop. So
Okay.
do people have questions, or do we want to take a moment just to unmute and say yay? Thank you, Melissa.
Yay.
Yay, thank you, Melissa.
Thank you, Melissa.
And
I appreciate your being here and listening. Thank you so much.
So wonderful. Thank you.
I have a question.
Yes.
Who designed your covers, your CD covers? They're beautiful.
Oh, well, the Explorations of Time and Space was designed by my sister Linda, who is in the room with us. She does beautiful watercolors. She has another one in my stuff somewhere. I don't know if you're looking at what I'm looking at, but there's one with these
Yes.
giant people, look like they're aliens or something. That was hers too. I just love that picture. I don't know why, but I just do. And then
Is that
the
the
other
dancing?
yeah, the dancing on Kepler.
yeah, that's a fabulous.
It seemed right because they're aliens, or they could be aliens. The other ones, Lark and the Nightingale, now Voyager. My husband Jim did those, and Chicago Exposition also. So
Nice. Very nice.
Thanks for asking that question, Deborah.
yeah, thanks. I didn't even think about it.
It's kind of a family affair, I think.
Kinda is.
Yeah.
Of a very talented family.
Melissa, I have a question.
Yes.
I practice mindfulness, and it seems like your music would be great for the times that I practice that. Can I obtain it? I don't have Spotify. Where can I find it?
Well, it's on all the streaming services. But also, I would be happy to send you MP3 files, either through email, well, I guess through email, or if you want me to mail you copies of CDs, I'm happy to do that too.
Well, I have your email address, and I'm going to use it. Thank you.
Okay, good, good.
Yeah, I'll put the email in there again so that everybody can see it. That's awesome. Can you talk about process? Like how do you write your music, or how do you come up with what you're working on?
It depends. Sometimes I start with a story in my head, like the Chicago Exposition Symphony. It was about, the Chicago Exposition because it was such a weird time and all those things were invented and electric lights and it was so beautiful. But at the same time, there was this crazy serial murderer running around. If you haven't read Devil in the White City, that's what it's about. And I had read that and I just started thinking that is just so rich. So that was how I started that one. But some of them I just kind of start and then see where they go and then decide what they are. So I don't know. I use a few different methods. Sometimes I start on the guitar. Sometimes I start on the piano, and sometimes I just start in a software program like Finale that has notation, or I can start in one Pro Tools that has MIDI. It's like if you think about the old player pianos, and you know how they have all the little holes. It's just like that, but they're different colored patterns for different instruments. So sometimes I work in there, and that's a lot of fun because then I can bring in non-human sounds, you know, like the electronic things, like a whoosh or, you know, whatever it is I'm looking for.
Oh, I'm so glad I asked that. That's fascinating. And the bells that were in that one that about your backyard, I mean, was that the actual
Yeah.
bells, or did you? Oh, that's awesome. I love that.
Those were chimes off my instrument bank. Yeah, but they sounded like them. They sounded just like them.
Regina wrote, I love your music. Have you done music for any movies or documentaries? Your music sounds like it could lend itself to that. I was thinking that same thing, Regina.
I did one short when I first got out of the program, and I don't know, several years ago. And I worked with this crazy lady who made this little 10-minute movie called A Stupid Idea. And it was so much fun. And it was so ridiculous. I think, Linda, you saw it. It is so ridiculous.
Yeah, it's fun.
I mean, it's just stupid. Yeah. And then someone asked me to get involved in a bigger project, like a full-length movie. And she started telling me what she wanted. She went on and on. She started a contract and blah, blah, blah. And I think that was the moment when I realized I don't want to do that. I don't want to carry out someone else's concept that they love. I want to do my own. So, you know, I've been working on other people's ideas my whole life. So it's just time. So my husband encouraged me. He said, you know, just get a body of work, make a body of work. So that's kind of where I've been at since then. I'm happy to lend it to any film, anytime. But no, I'm not doing that now.
I think that's, again, staying true to, you know, that sense of not making this passion work.
Right.
You know, it's still something fresh and really valuing that journey, that artistic vision that you have. So I like that.
Yeah, for me, it's about the doing it more than anything.
I'm wondering about the parallels between writing poetry or fiction or nonfiction and creating music. I mean, it's a different medium, yes, but a lot of what you were saying sounded very similar. Yeah, each piece really feels like it's telling a story, is what Karen wrote. And that's kind of what I was thinking, that it has that same quality to it. It does seem like there is dialogue or there is character development. There is a lot going on that we recognize as poets. So I was curious about your experience with that.
My husband always says he sees some kind of story in his head whenever he listens to something. And one time he said, that's the only time I haven't seen a story in my head, and I knew it wasn't any good. So I think, you know, it's in my imagination somewhere that there's something happening, and I kind of have a visual idea of it. There's the rhythm of poetry, I think, that's very similar. You have to make the rhythm sort of fit what you're trying to get across. I don't know. That's an interesting idea, though.
Oh, now that makes me want to ask you after open mic what musicality you hear in people's work.
Yeah.
Interested in collabs that way. Well, thank you so very much. I'm really glad. Thanks for everybody sticking through as we tried to work that out. It was seamless
Could
the
we
other
get the
night, but
Can we get the document with all the links in it? Excuse me for interrupting you, Malika. Sorry about that.
no, go for
Sure.
it. And
I was just
Would you
wondering
do
if we
that,
could get
Melissa?
the document with the links.
Yeah. Can I link it in the chat? Will that work?
yeah, I think if we just copy and paste it, Melissa, that's what I was heading to my email for.
Okay.
But if you get there
Okay, well, you
quicker,
have it. I'm going to let you do it because you know how. And I don't.
well, 2 years later. Let's go ahead and start with Mike, and I will get that form in there.
Okay,
And I have
thanks.
Christy written down first. So if you want to unmute.
Can everybody hear
give us-
me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So a few weeks ago, I was in a workshop and I tried a mirrored Fibonacci for the first time. So this is what I came up with. A mirrored Fibonacci freeze warning. Snow dappled violets, outside backyard windows, as I listened to him bloom fresh driven blows to her leached self-worth. She cried, pretty, wordlessly begged my silence until coffee set bleary-eyed smiles. Thank you.
Wow. Very cool.
Well,
Thank you, Christy. I have Julia written next.
Thank you, Mika. I'm gonna need Karen to help me read this because it's a poem in 2 voices, and also to share the screen. Now, what do? Hit share screen?
I don't think it'll work, but I can help you with that. Hang on just a second.
Okay.
And
In
you
the
should be able to
meantime-
share screen in a minute.
Okay. In the meantime, I'll talk to Karen and let her know that she's going to be sharing the show with me.
Are you sure about this? It sounds scary, Julia.
Oh, honey, I was never sure of anything else in my life. Well, maybe 52 years ago. But anyway,
So
this is a
Julia,
poem. This is a
does it
poem in-
say, did you answer make co-host? Did you say yes?
No, I don't see that.
Oh,
I just-
you're already co-host, so you should be able to share screen now.
All right.
I'm excited.
Okay.
I'm unprepared and excited.
Oh, that's fine. All you got to do, Karen, is read the lines in red. Can you see that?
Okay. Yeah,
Okay, this-
I'm getting my head really close to the screen. Yes, I can see.
This is a poem in 2 voices, and it's called The Weeping of Birds. I heard a bird cry a name, and when I looked, I found you in the trap of my hand, crying a name I could not understand, your own, or the name of someone you lost. It was never mine. I tried to find someone to love me before it was too late, but there was no one.
I heard a bird call my name, but when I found the bird, it was you, caught in the trap of my hand. And what I heard was your pain. It has always been. I tried to find a place where I could not hear the sound, but there was no place.
I heard a bird cry a name,
I heard a bird call my name.
and when I looked
It was you.
in the trap of my hand,
What I heard was your pain.
crying a name I could not understand,
It has always been.
your own or the name of someone you lost.
It was never mine.
I tried to find
A place,
someone to love me.
but there is no other place.
There is no other one.
Yay, lovely.
Hot diggity.
And Karen rocking it sight unseen.
Yeah.
Julia.
Yeah, that was
Woo!
lovely.
That was lovely.
Oh, thank
Oh
you.
my goodness.
Thank you, Karen, for your help with that.
Thank you. Oh, thank you, Julia. That's a beautiful poem. Oh,
You know, then Bill, I appreciate you.
oh my goodness. Thank you. Oh, I'm honored.
Okay. How do I get back to normalcy?
So go up to the top and get out of screen share, and that should bring
There.
us. There you go. Look at you rocking it. All right.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a call and response. I have Shamala next.
Sorry, I had to find the unmute button.
There you go.
This is a poem about a particular form of bereavement from, and it's a contrapuntal. So now I'm not going to try to share the screen. I'll just read it. The ocean talks to despair. Listen to absence. My slow footsteps, sliding, surrendering. It's peace to fall by salt. To bleed where bleeding is allowed. Cauterized, not at all. Shingle shards, heart-breaking, broken, shatter my voice. Tears shaken into the welcoming silence. Whip burns my skin, chills through to bones. Ache of empty womb gasps. Neither weep nor laugh, nor contradict. The seagulls watch. Tomorrow, hermit crabs dance amorous, waterbound duets. Waiting, I shiver, this empty Mother's Day on Long Island Sound. Walk quietly. My babies are with God, sleeping. They never woke today, to sun on beach, or sound of seagull shrieking on the wind, or kiss of wind, or touch of mother, son, sun on their cheeks. But walk quietly. I am recording stories to tell in heaven, lullabies to sing. Perhaps tomorrow. Drop. Watch. Sloughing water and silent wind. The ocean talks to despair. Walk quietly. Listen to absence, my babies. My slow footsteps are sliding, surrendering. With God, it's peace to fall. Sleeping by salt. To bleed. They never woke where bleeding is. Today, allowed, cauterized. To sun on beach, not at all. Shingle shards or sound of heart breaking, broken. Seagulls shrieking, shatter my voice. Tears shaken on the wind into the welcoming silence. Or kiss of wind whip burns my skin, or touch chills through to bones of mother, son, sun. Ache of empty womb gasps on their cheeks. Neither weep nor laugh, but walk quietly, nor contradict. I am recording. The seagulls watch. Stories to tell. Tomorrow, hermit crabs in heaven dance amorous, lullabies to sing. Waterbound duets, perhaps, tomorrow. Waiting, I shiver, drop, watch. This empty Mother's Day, sloughing water on Long Island Sound and silent wind. Thank you.
Beautiful.
Wow, there was some lines in there that I was just like heartbreaking. And the repetition of walk quietly. Beautiful. Julian, I'm coming to you next.
Okay, am I
Julia,
unmuted now? Okay.
Yes, sir, you're good.
Okay, Shamala, I don't know you, but God, that was a wonderful poem.
Oh,
It
thank
was
you.
just so good.
Thank you.
This poem I thought of when I heard the name of Olivier Messiaen. He has a piece called The Quartet of the End of for the End of Time, to which this is in some way a response. It's also a poem about the earth. It's somewhere online and I couldn't track it down, but it's out there in the ether somewhere. In addition to being here tonight, it's called Loss of Birdsong. Pied and multiplied as polyphony, do butcher birds in twos and threes choir the forest into being? Does morning of turtle doves croon the world open outside my bedroom window? Bathe my body in the cool morning air of a Tuesday, say. When retired, I wake as I choose, attend as I choose. And are such bird songs free as birds, free and brief upon the wind as aspen leaves that clap their hands in late afternoon light of a summer's day? So that even when winds turn north, winter cardinals practice all the live long. Northern mockingbirds toss ungendered notes into snow clouds stopping January air. But now we hear how songbirds die in alarming numbers presently, and that many of those surviving sing no more. Messiaen's quartet imagines birdsong sounding after the time of humans, but Messiaen couldn't recognize with habitat loss and now mysterious illness. It's loss of the will to sing that should most disturb. Out of something like Yeats's Spiritus Mundi, loss of birdsong tells, and we, part animal, but lacking animal's gift to read languages that choir forests, streams, mountains into being, remain oblivious to the telling.
Ooh,
Wow.
wow. Yeah, just powerful and beautiful. What I love this open mic always. Regina, I'm coming to you. And then Karen, I wrote you down.
Hello, everyone. I'm going to shift a little bit, and I know that some of you may have heard this before, but I could not let it pass. In that there's this talk of Mercury in retrograde, which actually begins tomorrow. And I have a poem called Retrograde. So,
Awesome.
all right, okay. At the beginning of at the top of this poem, sometimes I write little notes that the thing that inspired me to write the poem, the verse or the thought. And this one is from the great Lucille Clifton. Won't you celebrate with me, standing here on this bridge between starshine and clay? Retrograde. A sister friend came to me today saying that she felt off kilter, like the world was tricking her. Car wrecked, insurance not covering all of what she wanted, what she needed for her to cover, having paid consistently, faithfully over these years. I told her, as we have the same number of birthdays, mine before hers, that 55 was a whole time, honey. We laughed. Then I told her that it is surely Mercury in retrograde, and we laughed some more. And then, like good Black church girls, no, girl, having been brought up in the word, I sometimes forget that so much of the God of our ancients is wrapped in stars and winds and cleansing water and purging fires in the least rigid of ways, talking, moving earth and skies, rescuing even when we forget the promised power. We revert to westernized boxes of place, destiny, and fixed time. But God has the world in his hands, power flowing to and through. Of course, she reminded me of the time that we had our brooms balanced upright in the middle of our kitchen floors, a test of magical prowess. She took hers down before I did, said it creeped her out. It was a joke, and I love to take them jokes far, but in truth, this monument of my inherent power somehow made me feel more able, more free. It stayed, the broom, long time. It was not removed before I said it could be. Nobody dared. Its ever-standing presence lifted me, emboldened me, and reminded me that there really was something in me. Maybe like a too often smothered power. Science, magic, Black girls, God.
Gorgeous. Oh, I'm so happy. Thanks, guys, for the open mic. And I'm going to Karen last, but I did want to just really point out in the chat section, I did put as many of the links in as I could. You might want to copy and paste them now because you won't have access to it. I will try to put it in our Facebook event page so that you can go and directly to the links that Melissa had curated for us. Also, a reminder, don't just do Melissa Engelman because there's a folk singer in Texas named Melissa Engelman. You do need to have Melissa Darrow Engleman or you won't find her. Karen, thank you. And you are our final reader for tonight. And thanks as always for having my back.
I love your back. Okay, as it turns out, this poem that I wanted to read tonight is apparently the Crazy White Girls version of kind of thing Regina has going on or had going on in her poem. So this is Thursday Woo Weekend with the Girls. Virtually no traffic on the highway for nearly 2 hours, then over the upsy-downsy mountain hills to a winding driveway where your sister and Laura and Julie await you, tiny, at the far edge of a brilliant green lawn. Hug, chatter, unload cars, search for knives, for cutting boards, for the proper bowls, chop peppers and tomatoes and cilantro, add ketchup and garlic salt, canned beans and whole corn and black olives on the side, just in case. That's what gals do when they gather together. Help Christina unload, bev up for salsa snacking, and sit in the breezy sunlight by the as yet unlit fire in the fire pit. Laugh a lot and commiserate and rinse and repeat. Go up to the house for the veggie enchiladas Laura pre-made for dinner. Open coffee cup gifts, each unique cup the perfect gift for its recipient. Laugh and talk and go into the night. Light the fire pit and discover God, the meaning of time, of poetry, of sharing stories, and writing your intentions on Chinese paper lanterns. Your intention is speak your truth and release worry. You go to the edge of the dock, at the edge of the lake, and you watch as each lantern is lit and released. You worry. The lanterns might catch something unintended on fire, a roof, a field. You speak this truth again. They light your lantern. Put your hand on your lantern. Have you hold your lantern until it fills with heat, and they tell you, release. And you speak your truth. They tell you, release. You speak your truth. The lantern might catch something on fire. You're worried. You've spoken your truth, and then you release the lantern. And you follow the blaze with your gaze up into the glow, drifting up into the night, into sky's embrace. And then you watch the light dim, then vanish before sinking into earth or lake. Wipe your eyes and breathe and hug everyone. And take this whole day and night joyful and so much lighter than yesterday with you to bed. Woo weekend.
Woo weekend.
So tender.
Yeah. And Melissa wrote in there, made me remember a recent wonderful girls trip, sort of a description of getting filled back up with love. Yeah,
Mm.
wipe your eyes and breathe. Also, I do kind of like I really do like Regina as Poetry B12 or Poet B12. Julia said.
Me
That's
too.
funny. All right, everybody. Thank y'all so much for being here. And Melissa, thank you so much for, coming here and celebrating. I know at first you were like, it's mainly poets. And I'm like, you're going to be beloved. I knew it. People are going to be tracking you down. If you didn't get a chance to, oh, what a lovely thing to say. Deborah said, this has been a great experience. You all touched my heart. I'm glad you were here. If you didn't get a chance to copy and paste, go to the Facebook event page and I will put all of that up there. Thank you guys. Be well.
Thank
See you
you.
next Thursday.
Thank you so much. This was
Thank you all.
wonderful.
This was
Bye,
fantastic.
Linda.
Thank you,
Bye.
everyone.